Development. Today we are going to start the topic of development. Generally, we get the topic of development associated with us in our day-to-day life. The progress in the human mankind in some terms called as development. So, progressing of human life has always resulted in development. Now, coming to understand the basic of our lesson and why should we focus on development is the question, the fundamental question is, what are the essential things that we need as a human being? What are the essential things? Second question, can life be better for all? Is there any possibility that all people can have a better life? Then moving on to third one, how can people live together? How can people live together? Then, can there be more equality? To answer these four fundamental questions is the main concept of our lesson, development. Man has always, from the past history to the present day, has always searched for something called essential things, which are the basic requirements. Today we call food, shelter and clothing are the basic requirements for any person to survive on this planet. Food, cloth, shelter. These three are the prime requirements that are called essential things. After this food, clothing and shelter has been done, life can be better for all. Better. Till here we need essential things. After this we started to ask for the better things than the existing things. So now when it comes to food, the quality of the food. When it comes to cloth, the quality of the cloth. When it comes to shelter, the categories of the houses, the largeness, the size of the houses, everything matters. So all these things came to the category of better. And then how can people live together? Earlier people were not together. Yes, earlier also people used to live together. Now also people are living together. But in the same town, in the same village, we have categorization of the people basing on their houses they stay, basing on the dresses they use, basing on the quality of food they eat. All these things matters. So there is a difference between people and people. That's the reason why the fourth question has come, can there be more equality? Which means that there is no equality, there is inequality. We need to have more equality than this. So to answer all these questions, the one thing is development. When I say the word development, the development does not mean only to one person's development, one individual development, one family development. The development is for the entire mankind development. So in order to understand this, in economics, only in the economical point of view, we cannot say that is a development. Yes, you may see the difference of any person before development and after development in terms of economy. But in the course of our history, in the course of our political structure, we can understand that without having the real inclination with the political system, you cannot get economic development, you cannot achieve better equality, you cannot achieve any change in the society. So, the inclination towards the political structure is highly required. Then only in the course of our history we have learned that inclination to political structures will lead us to development in the economy. So that we shall learn now, what is a development, how do development mean for different categories of people, how do we compare one country as a developed country, the other country as a non-developed country, what are the criteria that are used for consideration of development and non-development, and then how we can categorize the countries as developed, less developed and the underdeveloped countries. What are the criteria that are followed by World Bank, UN, all these things we shall discuss now. As we discussed about the term development, now let us see examples of two different cases how the word development means for different people. Let us take a case of a girl and a boy. We generally observe in the Indian families that a girl and a boy. Girls are trained to do the household work, whereas boys are given a bit more freedom to play outside, to do whatever they want. And very rarely we find a boy coming and doing the household work. So for a girl, if you ask what is development, definitely girl will expect to have equal time for her also to go outside and play, and at the same time she also would have a dream that her brother also should come and help her in the household works. She want to go outside and play and also want the work to be shared equally by brother and sister, whereas the same second point may not be liked much by the brother. So these all things will definitely affect the development. For the girl, development is getting equality and sharing of the work. When it comes to the boy, development means getting educated in a well established school where he can get various opportunities to explore himself. So there is a difference between the idea of a girl getting development thought and boy getting a development thought. And then when we move on to an industrialist would wish to have more number of dams so that he would get electricity without any disturbance. So he can get more electricity supplied for his industry or his factory without much delay. But in the same way, when we ask a farmer if they built a dam, how that would affect him, he would get his field get displaced because that will be coming under the dam area. So he has to lose his farmland and he will become incomeless person. So that may change his entire life. Where industrialist point of view, he want more number of dams so that he would get electricity without any delay and without any lapses. Whereas the same farmer of the same village would not wish to have a dam because that would take away the income asset what he is getting for his lifelong, that would be taken away from him. So development is different for different people. When we take in the cases of girl and a boy, girl's idea of development is different, boy's thought process of development is different. Industrialist idea is different, farmer's idea is different. So development is different for different people. The development cannot be same for all people. Sometimes for a person like development, like let's take an example of industrialist. The industrialist development is actually costing the life of a farmer. Farmer's daily income, his main occupation is going to be in trouble if they built a dam. So sometimes it may also be in a case like this that development of one particular individual or one particular section of people can be at the negative effect for the others. Sometimes development may be in different goals. Sometimes one development may be resulting in the destruction of the others' development. So we can conclude this one that development is different for different people. Development will not be same for all people. Development idea and development strategies will be definitely different for different categories of people, for what they belong to and what they wish to.
If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel to get more videos on CBSE syllabus.